Bhairava Kalike Namostute. Om Namo Bhairavaya Namo Namo Bhairavaya. So good morning. We're back on yet another video. So the major subject for today is Maa Kali, and how does one go about if a grihastha or somebody who is very much in the material path of life, who has plans to get married or plans to build wealth, plans to accumulate properties, plans to have children, plans to run after better education for them, all these sort of trivial materialistic goals, but wants to have Maa Kali as the Ishta. So that is the main subject for today's video, because number one, we have to understand that there is absolute and complete misinformation when it comes to Maa Kali. Her projection is given in the worst possible ways, be it online, offline, wherever you see. The number of people who actually understand her, if there are 10,000 people who talk about her, I'm not saying pray to her. If praying you will do silently in a corner of your house or in a temple and you'll go home. But people who project and talk about Kali, if there are 10,000 who talk, there will be one or two who actually know her and understand what she is. She is being projected as a very angry form of Ugra form of Adi Shakti, and that you should fear her and you can go to her only through specific means, wherein you can only go to her using specific people who have to be in between, and you cannot go to her directly. This sort of projections are happening about Maa Kali, and she is probably the most misunderstood deity in our culture itself. So I just wanted to address a few points. Now, going back to last video's warnings that I had given, wherein every time a new video comes, do not suddenly start jumping ship. Whatever you're doing, continue doing it. Every video, let it just go into it. Watch it 2, 3 times, 4 more times continuously. Just watch it. Let it go into your jiva. Do not immediately, there is no need or rush to immediately act on it. All right. Remember this. This is very important. So, coming to Maa Kali. First and foremost, you need to understand what Maa Kali is. Maa Kali is the first and the complete form of Adi Shakti, without any need for any kind of an alangaram or any kind of a projection wherein she wants you to see her in a way which you can digest. That does not exist with Maa Kali. She is what she is. Until you realize that, you will have multiple lifetimes where you progress and progress and progress, where you finally come to a state where you are able to realize what she is. You are able to see a deity without placing a flower. You know that the flower doesn't have value, and it is your blood and your breath and your time that you sit in front of that deity, that is what counts. This sort of a realization, when it comes, when you are able to go into a temple with nothing at all, but just to see the deity in the most core and Digambara Rupam, that is when you are more or less ready to even think of the full-fledged sadhana of Maa Kali. It is not that she is dangerous or she is going to destroy you or decimate you. If you are not sincere, that is there. But it is not that she will destroy you, it is just that she will move you out of the path. As simple as that, and you will be directed to the divine feminine forms which you can digest. It is not that you pray to Maa Kali and she finds you incapable or insincere, she will throw you out of your daily life and destroy. No, she will simply move out. That's how she is. We have already discussed in multiple videos that her pedestal is Mahadeva, Mahakala himself, and it is only on him that she stands. Until then she is moving, and only when he lies down on the ground that she stands. Until then she is moving. So number one, a base for Bhairava sadhana is the right base for you to have to proceed towards Maa Kali. There are many specific geographic locations in our country itself which are very famous for Maa Kali worship. But if you see, there is no, the Bhairava sadhana is not to that extent, because of which you will find that her Shakti also doesn't stay there, it moves. So any geographic location, or be it you yourself in your life or in your house itself, you want to start a sadhana for Maa Kali, Mahakali, the Rupam that we are displaying on this Vigraham here. If you want to start a sadhana for this specific form of Maa Kali, which is the highest form, which is Maa Kali, then there is no other go. You have to place a pedestal of Bhairava. This is an addressed point. There are few things that you need to look at when you see the Vigraham of Maa Kali when she stands on Mahadeva. She is of late being presented with the Abhaya Mudra, the mudra that gives the boons and blessings and all that. But Mahakali Rupam does not give blessings as such, because it is no longer about material benefits, it's about oneness with her. That is what the goal of sadhana is. It's no longer about material. All materials you will have, be it property, be it house, be it job, be it career, you will have, but only at that state where your body physically does not attach to it, or not realizing that goal does not affect you at all. It is at that state when Maa Kali gives you everything. You will realize that things are just falling into place and everything, but not when you are dearly chasing after that. She will not be, if there are 5 goals in your life, you cannot keep her, or for 5 things that you do in life every day, she cannot be third or fourth or second also. She'll have to be the first 5. If 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things in your life is revolving around Maa Kali, it is not about your son, it is not about your wife, it is not about buying a house, a car, it is Kali, 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 Kali. That is when she will actually give you everything. Now, to reach to that state, it is not possible for everybody. It is very difficult. And I would probably, I've never spoken about my own life in this channel a lot. Probably I'll give you examples about that. Number 1 is that you cannot physically identify with even your own mother. You cannot say that my mother is my mother. The physical, the mother that gave birth to you. Your physical body was birthed by a mother, right? In my own life, I even told my own mother that I will no longer consider you my mother. I will give you all the respects that you deserve as the person who gave me birth, as the person who nourished me, took care of me, did everything for me. But unfortunately, when I am going into the path of Maa Kali, I have to give you up as that mother, because that place I am giving it to her. This sort of a realization, how many of you will be able to do? You will have to judge for yourself. Remove the term mother and place it onto her. This is very difficult, and this is like cutting off your own head, the head of the sun. The head of the sun from the physical body needs to be cut off. And you will have to envision her as the mother. If you call her Maa Kali, she has to be Maa Kali. It is not a film dialogue. It is not just a term where it is not her. It's not like Mr. Praveen, Maa Kali. No, Ma is not a salutation. Ma is Ma. If you call her as Ma, be prepared to say that she is the only mother. I have all the respects in the world for my birth mother. However, who is my mother? It is Maa Kali. Think for a minute if you will be able to do this. Because this sort of very stringent sacrifices are part and parcel of Kali sadhana. You need not go and inform her, but physically, inform your mother, but physically, you will not be able to see another human being as anything at all. If you are visualizing, there are people who visualize Maa Kali as their better half. But if you are married, how do you visualize her? You will have to physically pluck yourself from that point where you no longer visualize your physical better half as the better half. And if you're never been married but you have urges to be married, how do you handle that situation? All this you will need a proper guru. So in the sadhana of Maa Kali, proceeding from upasana to sadhana state, you will definitely need a guru. Bhairava and his energy wherein he emanates and decides to enlighten the whole world itself, that the deity's energy itself is in such a way that even without a guru you will find a massive success in the way he comes to you. But Maa Kali, she does not want to be called upon just like that. She doesn't need to be called upon. Her Shakti is not limited to whether you call her or not. However, if you do call her, be understanding of the fact that the body, which is a yantra to physically enjoy and achieve and burn karma, earn karma in this loka, that body which says I have a mother, the body that says it has a father, the body that says it has a wife, a son, a daughter, a body that says it goes to a job, you will have to realize that it is finished with the body. The jiva and the physical body has to become one, At that state, at that level of maturity is when you move towards Maa Kali. Please understand that even for Shiva to say that please stand on me, please stand on my chest and calm yourself, stand here, when he says that and he lies down on the floor, please understand and look very carefully at the Vigraham, on the pictorial representations of that specific moment. Where is Shiva, Mahadeva's snake usually, the representative of Kundalini Shakti itself, it is always around his neck. However, if you look very closely when he is on the floor and she is standing on his chest, that snake will be at his leg. It will not be at his neck. And the reason for that is, at that moment, she has taken off the entire Kundalini Shakti from Mahadeva itself and she owns it now. That is why the snake becomes latent and moves below his Mooladhara itself. That is how much of sacrifice is required to really visualize and have Maa Kali in your life. She cannot be one among the 10. She cannot be one among the 100. She will be the entire 100 and then she will give you everything you want. In my own life, be it career or be it properties, be it something as trivial as a car, fame, whatever it is, I go to her first, everything else simply follows. There is no specific need to run after anything if you have attained oneness with Maa Kali. You will not die just like that and your life on the planet is over. No, that is not how Maa Kali is. You will live out your life. You will also be able to play with the limitations of karma itself. If you're sitting under a tree and you say that today I'm going to sit here under the tree with you, Ma, and you just sleep under the tree for the rest of your life, in the sadhana of Maa Kali, she will sit with you and she'll keep your head on her lap and she will sit there. But however, suddenly if you get up and say that I want to destroy the entire world, I'm going to take weapons and I'm going to fight against the world, she will stand there and she will destroy the world. So the one who attains oneness with Maa Kali is probably the most powerful sadhaka who will ever exist, and that example is again given in our history itself. The Ishwaku king fighting with Parashurama in his full-fledged rage, where he is finishing the divine purpose itself, where he is supposed to abolish the Kshatriya race from the planet. However, in that itself, she was able to stop him. You wait. Who do you think you are? You might be the Shishya of Mahadeva itself, you might have the weapons from Mahadeva itself, but to go through Maa Kali, understand when she stands on his chest, his Kundalini becomes latent and his snake is at the feet. It is no longer at his neck. So that is how powerful she is. She is that black mass that you see when you look up at the nighttime sky. You see that blackness, that is her. And in that blackness, there is Milky Way is just one galaxy. There is multiple galaxies. We are just one earth and we have one sun. And as the sun gets destroyed a day, it will also be consumed by Maa Kali. Understand this. That is Maa Kali. And she is the one who pulls out the entire Shakti out of Shiva. Shiva's entire energy, Mahadeva's entire energy, she has the ability to pull out. So the exact thing you also will have to do. You will have to give everything up for Maa Kali. However, she will give everything back to you. The day you are able to go to zero and say that I do not identify with my wife, my father, my mother, my job, the existence in this planet, my body, at that state is when she will start giving you everything, and I assure you, you are undefeatable. However, the need to win will no longer exist. However, if you decide that you want to win, you are undefeatable. Moksha is a guarantee unless you use that powers to push beyond your karma and achieve things that will, again, any achievement of any sort will result in karma. If you push towards some achievement that is not karmically meant to you, then yes, you might have more births, but she will always be there with you. And probably it is even wrong to call her a deity itself, because she is an astral Shakti. She is Adi Shakti in complete form. She is the mastermind that plans and manipulates and brings out the energy of Shiva. She is there in every single script. She has placed Shakti Pidas, be it Kamakya or Tarapit or Kali Ghat, any of the Shakti Pidas, it is her planning. She is not a deity, she is Adi Shakti. This realization, without this, You cannot proceed in the sadhana of Maa Kali. For a grihastha, if you are a grihastha and you say that my wife is very important to me, my mother is very important to you, tell me, is that person more important than Maa Kali, then she will not come to you. To make Maa Kali your mother, you have to give up your own mother. Your own birth mother. You should realize that my mother karmically has given me this body. However, everything else, the jiva is mine. It belongs to my Ma, who is Maa Kali. It is not a salutation. Ma, the term Ma is not a salutation. It is your mother. When you have, can you have two mothers? Just like I've said that if lakhs and lakhs of people pray to Maa Kali, let me tell you, less than one or two realize how difficult it is to actually envision that Shakti, because at the peak of imagination of Shakti, you will think of Maa Kamakya, Maa Tarapita, Kali Ghat, any of the Shakti Pidas, but she is beyond that. She is not that physical existence that exists on the planet. She is that black mass under which the Shakti Pidas also exist. She is not a manifestation of a deity on planet Earth. She is the entire embodiment of Adi Shakti itself. So if you want to get into the sadhana of Maa Kali, ensure that you have a very strong base of Kala Bhairava. How do you get to Kala Bhairava? Start with Batuka Bhairava. There is a very important phase that you need to cross. Batuka Bhairava, put 3, 4, 10 years into it. After that, there is a stage where you move into Krodha Bhairava Sadhana. Krodha Bhairava Sadhana is when you take control of the entire Bhuta Loka. You get siddhis of the Bhutas. Krodha Bhairava's feminine form is Ma Chinnamasta. She has the entire control of the Preta Loka. When Batuka Bhairava burst out of Brahma and he started going on a rampage and takes off his head, please understand, he did not stop with Brahma alone. The rage was such that as he started progressing, he started taking control of the entire Deva Loka. So Krodha Bhairava and all the text very clearly state that when Krodha Bhairava decides that he's on a rampage to bring enlightenment to the entire Devaloka itself, the Devaloka trembles. They run haphazard all over the place and they get into severe penance. It is not just Brahma who feared Bhairava, it was the entire Devaloka. Any deity or any god in any form that did not realize what is enlightenment and did not allow that control on their own ego was in fear of Krodha Bhairava. So Krodha Bhairava sadhana is powers that lurk around in the entire Devaloka itself, and his feminine form is Ma Chinnamasta, whose prana shakti feeds the Preta Loka itself. So put in as much effort as possible into the sadhana of Batuka Bhairava. There will be a state where you will move into the sadhana of Krodha Bhairava and Ma Chinnamasta, wherein you will have access to the Shakti. This is the kind of person who will be able to influence and manipulate the happenings of the world itself. He has no need or urge because his prana has now been noticed by the Devaloka itself. His prana is so high that the Devaloka is now aware of this person. You have to get to that stage. When you cross the stage of Krodha Bhairava and you have the Shaktis that are so powerful that the Devaloka is now aware of you, looking at you and aware of your Jiva, compulsorily you need to cross this state before you come to the state of Kala Bhairava, where you sit down on earth itself. You are at a state where you are completely silent and there is no need for you to prove anything. You sit down on earth, just like Bhairava sat down in Kashi. This progression state where you move from Batuka Bhairava, there Ashta Bhairava, the 64 Bhairava is all there. However, the Krodha Bhairava state, without crossing this state, you can never go to Kala Bhairava. And Krodha Bhairava without a guru is very dangerous. Because, not just because Krodha Bhairava is full of rage. The highest, if you put a graph to say at what state was Bhairava the most dangerous, it was at Krodha Bhairava. He holds the entire enlightenment of the universes, not universe, not ours. We're not talking about our galaxy alone. The universe, the entire universe itself, he holds in his hand in that Vajra. That is why he is Vajra Bhairava. All his mantras will have Vajra. If you see the Varaha avataram of Mahavishnu, the teeth is Vajra. Vajra is the ultimate form of enlightenment. He who holds the Vajra is feared by the Devas. So you need to move from Vattuka Bhairava to Krodha Bhairava, and that state will have Maa Chinnamasta, which is none other than Kali, and she cuts her own head off and she feeds the pretas also. The blood from her feeds the pretas also. While it feeds her, it also feeds the pretas, and the energy comes out of the reproductive act. So Maa Chinnamasta stands on the couple, right? That reproductive energy is now being fueled into feeding the Preta Loka itself. That is Maa Chinnamasta. I'm sorry to use this word, but the most dangerous state of Kali is that you cannot go into that state without a very, very strong guru, because the entire Pretas are around you for your prana. So without building that level of Shakti in the Vattuka Bhairava sadhana, if you move to the sadhana of Pretas, what will happen? You will get sapped out. You will not have energy to even get up in the morning. Then how on earth are you going to go to a job? How on earth are you going to continue your physical life? So you should be able to build your prana to such a state. You should be able to bring your prana to such a state that you are able to even the pretas and the bhutas around your locality, around your aura circle, they are able to feed off you, and that is when you really attain the state of Krodha Bhairava and Maa Chinnamasta, who are none other than Bhairava and Maa Kali. Maa Kali is beyond any deity. She cannot be called a deity. She is the Adi Shakti herself. And he who has attained blessings of Maa Kali cannot be touched by any bhuta, any preta. They are all his army. And she makes that person feared even in the Deva Loka. Moksha is a guarantee. Unless you take up some task which will push your karmic limits and you attain it, you might have more lives. Even then, she will still come back to you. She is that Shakti on whose lap you can keep your head and sleep. She is also that Shakti, if you decide to pick up a weapon and destroy everything, she will stand with you and she will destroy everything. Nothing can stop. She is that Shakti to contain whom Shiva, Mahadeva, has to give up his entire Kundalini Shakti. His snake moves and lies down at the feet because there is no more energy within him because she has taken it completely. That is Maa Kali. The Grihastha who wishes to progress in the task of Maa Kali will no longer associate with his body, but he will attain everything. I'm telling you. The ability of you to say that I no longer attach with my jobs, let me tell you my own things. There were problems in my own career where I could have gone and requested some physical people in my organization to help me out. I did not. I stood there and I burnt. I said I will only ask Maa Kali. I will not ask this person or that person. No, I won't. Everything got blasted away. It is impossible to destroy my career because I'm not going to go and beg a human being for help. I will only ask her. How will you destroy me? Impossible. This state of being is very important in every facet of your life. So can a Grihastha pray to Maa Kali? So let us say this. The Shakti that will one day consume the sun itself, this Shakti, you are calling this Shakti to come and sit in a small vigraham or a photograph or within you itself. Now let me tell you how powerful. I've given this example in previous video also. Please go out into the road, stand under the sun at 11 a.m. and tell me how long can you sit. 10 minutes before your skin starts burning, that sun will be consumed by Maa Kali, that blackness that you see in the night sky, that is going to be consumed by that Shakti. So when you're bringing this Shakti into your house, it will consume anything and everything that is associated with the Mrityu Loka itself. However, it will make you so powerful that you will be able to manipulate and get things going till your body is around. Till the day you burn that body off, like the sun burns itself, you will have everything in life. Do not immediately start saying that I was there in this path and now I quit and I will jump into the path of Maa Kali. There is no urgency into it. Understand the sacrifices required. She is not one among the things that you do in life. She is the only thing that you do in life. However, she will give you everything because it's nothing for her. The one that will, you know what will happen if there is no sun for 24 hours? Our earth is practically destroyed. The bacteria alone will not allow us to consume our food. Everything is destroyed. Our own body will destroy itself because of the bacterial bloom around our skin and all that. The sun is everything. That sun will be one day be consumed by Maa Kali. And I believe we are also getting a confirmation from Surya Deva also today for this video. Do not get attached to any kind of a thing right from your mother, sister, father, brother. This sort of a state should be attained to progress in the path of Maa Kali. There is no promotion that you chase after. Promotions will chase after you, but you chase after only Maa Kali. Because that Shakti, only one in a lakh can even feel it. It is that powerful. There is nothing you cannot manifest. She is the one who has completely pulled the Kundalini Shakti out of Mahadeva itself. How powerful is she? Do you think that there are more bigger Shaktis than her? There are none. He who realizes this becomes the master of not just Mritti Loka but also the Deva Loka. The Devas will look up to you because you will join them very soon. That is Maa Kali. Maa Kali is that which is having multiple galaxies which she will consume one day. She is a Shakti that has pulled out the energy of Shiva and created everything. Adi Shakti is the creator of everything. She is the creator of Brahma itself. And not just the Brahma of this universe, multiple universes put together. She is that Shakti who stands on the greatest energy mass, that is Shiva. It's like a nuclear reactor that Shiva is. If you have a nuclear reactor and you want to power a bulb, but you do not even have the ability to move the power from this nuclear reactor, even with such a powerful reactor, you cannot even put a bulb. However, Maa Kali is that energy which sits on that nuclear energy, completely takes out that energy and creates everything. That is Maa Kali. Maa Kali is not one of the Dasa Mahavidyas. She is the Guru of Mahavidyas. It's not Dasa Mahavidyas. It's 9 Mahavidyas and their Guru. She is not Maa Kamakhya. She is beyond that. She is not Maa Tara. She is beyond that. She is not any of the deities that has a physical presence on earth. She is beyond that. She does not have anything to do with the earth itself. It is just one of her amshas that she has left in these Shaktipitas. And they are that powerful. Then think of who Maa Kali is. Envision how powerful is Maa Kali when merely her Ma Sati is none other than Maa Kali. Please understand this. And that was her manipulation of bringing out the energy out of Shiva. Bringing out that energy out of Shiva, making him do the Shava Sadhana and then giving you the Shaktipitas. That was her plan. That was a trick for this world. When we are not even able to consume and envision how powerful that energy is, please understand the energy that actually sits and plants and takes out the energy of Mahadeva itself. How powerful is she? The one who is able to consume the Kundalini Shakti of Mahadeva itself. How powerful is she? And you are saying that this deity you will only spend yearly 10 minutes in some Shaktipita. That is all that you will do. That is not enough. Maa Kali is so powerful that if she can create the Shaktipitas in specific geographic locations, she can also create a Shaktipita in your house. If within you will become a walking, breathing entity of a Shaktipita. You will become a Shaktipita. But sacrifices are immense. She will just crush that need for a physical body and then she'll give it to you. Because it's nothing for her. She has created the whole universe. She has created the whole galaxy itself that we live in and understand, the sun, everything. She has pulled the energy out of Mahadeva and created everything. So understand, at the highest state of imagination that you have and you think that a promotion, marriage and all this is important, Kali is important. She will give it to you because it does nothing for her. But what will she need? She holds that Asura in her hand and holds a bowl there. There is the answer. The entire prana will go into the bowl that she will consume. If you cannot do that, there is no Maa Kali. However, you can use this lifespan, this lifetime to beg for the eligibility at least in some other life in the future where she will become your Ishta. Crores of people think she is their Ishta. However, all of them have kept her somewhere in the bottom in the list of things to do. She is the whole list. There is nothing beyond her. She is the whole list. If she says to Mahadeva itself, I will stand and wait in front of you on you, I will become a part of you, only if you give me your entire Kundalini Shakti itself, do you think that for you, she can be one among a list of things to do and she'll come for you? Are you positioning yourself higher than Mahadeva itself, when Mahadeva itself had to give up his entire Kundalini Shakti to make her stand in a place, then how much would you have to give to make her stand in your house, inside you, in your puja room, wherever it is that you want to envision her? But let me tell you that it is all a mere state of imagination that she will be in your house or in your puja room. She will actually be within you. And you are a walking, breathing entity of Maa Kali. Undefeatable in anything that you set your mind on. You will not want to set your mind on anything, but life that is comfortable for you will keep on going. Only at a state where you are no longer chasing after burning your karma, and you have reached a state where karma is now on par with you, or else you have already overtaken all in bad karmas and all that, and you're moving towards the path of moksha. That is when you will truly not even need to ask this question, where can I, as a grihastha, pray to Maa Kali without losing this comfortable life? Now let me tell you, comfortable life concept itself does not exist. It is your body which is a yantra to live on this mrityu loka and exit. That opportunity has been given to you. You are associating that comforts and the bodily comforts and keeping and you're unwilling to let it go. What is the first name of Maa Kali? Smashana Kali. So that itself shows that only after entering the state of the smashana will you even be able to envision Maa Kali. You cannot even think of going near her when you say that your body is very much present and material needs still exist. There is no way to go near Maa Kali. Your body as a living, breathing entity will already be burnt off. So how do you burn? Anything and everything that you associate with will no longer be associated with. Plain and simple. This is the only way you can go near her, because the first name is Smashana Kali. Let's become even more clear on this. The first name of us is Smashana Kali, which means Smashana is the first word itself in 1008 names. Why? The body has to burn. The body should be desireless. The body should have completely given up on every need to have specific goals. The only goal is the smashana. It doesn't mean you die today. It is to live desireless. It is to live as if I am today. If you put me on the funeral pyre, I am burning. It is nothing new because I have already started burning. This state is when you will achieve Kali. And the thing is that body which is burning will now achieve everything. There is absolutely nothing that you cannot achieve if you still have the desire and you are successfully entering the state of the smashana with Maa Kali. Minor mispronunciations of the mantras will not give you Maa Kali. The best way and the most efficient way towards Maa Kali is bhakti. You keep her as the number one, she will keep you as her everything. You will be able to bring that black mass that will consume the sun, and you will be able to keep it in your small garbhagriha inside, or in your small idol. That black mass will be living inside. It is so powerful, it will dissolve the sun one day. That will live with you. So you need to understand what sort of an energy we are trying to bring inside. Even for Mahadeva, to have that energy, he had to give up his Kundalini Shakti fully dedicated to her. Only then she stood in front of him. Then why will she stand with you when it is like yearly one trip to a temple, or you spend few hours talking about her? Let me tell you, Maa Kali is not the Shakti Pidhas. Shakti Pidhas are just planned, manipulated amshas that she projected, cut up her own body and put it there. She is beyond that. The form that is Mahakali is that black mass that you see in the night. That is what it is. And you're trying to bring that and place it. You will have to become the central figure in the house itself. The sadhaka of Maa Kali, if the grihastha is getting into a state where he is getting into the sadhana of Maa Kali, let's say it's the husband or the wife of that house, and they are full-fledged, they are the grihastha, they are full-fledged getting into the sadhana of Maa Kali. Whoever is the other people who want to continue in that person's life will have to realize that in that person's life, Maa Kali is everything, and specifically they too will associate with that person while invoking her in their mind and not get into trivial talk. You cannot keep that person. If you want to be in the life of a person for whom Maa Kali is the Ishta and is in the sadhana of Maa Kali, you will have to keep that person as the number one in your life also. Otherwise, that sadhaka will also slip out of your life. I am not saying all this purely because it is written by someone somewhere. I will write this somewhere. That is the point. These are all out of interactions with Maa Kali myself. Anything and everything that says that beyond Maa Kali, you will have to put your attention or focus on me, that thing will get removed from your life. It will be removed so abruptly and like it will go off like that. It will simply not exist. And that person will be sent into circles and thrown out to such a way that that person will be sitting in some corner and they will not be able to, like, if it is your own, let's say it is your own mother and you are in the sadhana of Maa Kali and she is not able to understand or realize the level of bhakti that you have on Maa Kali, and the fact that Maa Kali is the one that you see as the mother and not your own physical mother, and let's say that mother gets into a state where she's not able to understand this, she'll be thrown out, and as she is outside, she'll only be bombarded with the realization that my son or my daughter is now the son or the daughter of Maa Kali, and that I, as the person who birthed this sadhaka, is blessed. It is only after realization of this that this person will be able to come back in your life. These are not things that I am making up, these are real life incidents. The sadhaka of Maa Kali is a living, breathing black mass. The same thing that you see in the night sky, that is what he is. There is nothing that will attract him more than Maa Kali. There will be no purpose that is bigger than Maa Kali. Anything and everything, every second of his living is controlled, and he's always in the lap of Maa Kali, plain and simple. If he wants to achieve something, there is absolutely nothing that he cannot achieve. But however, the catch is that to get to that state, he will have to reach a state where she is everything. Because no matter who you are, Maa Kali is not the Shaktipeethas, she is beyond that. She is the one who manipulated and placed the Shaktipeethas. Please get into this understanding. Do not think that there is a geographical location somewhere on earth and that is a Shaktipeetha and I go there to visualize Maa Kali, that is fine. But please understand, to realize what Maa Kali is, she is not the Shaktipeethas, she is the one who manipulated and placed the Shaktipeetha. She is the Adi Shakti, complete Swarupa of Adi Shakti. She is the Adi Shakti. She is not one of the Dasa Mahavidyas that you go as per the checklist item 1, 2, okay, now I have Maa Kali. The one who goes through the Dasa Mahavidyas thinking that Maa Kali is one of the Dasa Mahavidyas will absolutely have no realization or gain out of that sadhana. He has to understand that she is the chief architect of the Mahavidyas. You go to her not as if she was one of the Dasa Mahavidyas. You go to her realizing that she is the entire Mahavidya. She is the architect of anything and everything that is happening, not just on earth, in our galaxy, across multiple galaxies. She is that one who will also crush this galaxy and end it. She is that one that will destroy the sun and take that sun that we are so respectful towards as if it were ashes. That is Maa Kali. So how do you go to such a Shakti? Do what Mahadeva did. Lie down and let her rule your life. Give up your entire Prana Shakti, your entire Kundalini Shakti. Let her consume it. A very important phase in this is Krodha Bhairava and Maa Chinnamasta, both of which I absolutely recommend you go through to a guru, to a proper, learned, not a financial gold, not a popularist guru. These checklist items, please be very clear. Sadhakas of Maa Kali who are truly attained, they are not popularists. They will not have anything to do with specific goals. It will just happen. It will just happen. They will be chasing goals which do not even make sense to most people. They will be living their life. They will not have the urge to come and continuously present themselves, because the Kali by herself is not a Vidya that likes to expose herself everywhere. She is the Gupta Vidya. And anybody who has the ability to contain Kali will be able to go to her majorly after Krodha Bhairava and Maa Chinnamasta, because without the Shaktis of the Bhuta Loka and without the Shaktis of the Preta Loka, you will not be able to traverse to the levels of the Deva Loka itself, because just imagine the number of jivas that had a physical presence through a physical body and now they no longer have it, either by losing the eligibility for it or else just like that They no longer exist in a physical being. All of that is encompassed in the bhutas and the pretas. That Shakti you will have to have the ability to control. Anybody doing it for money and all that, they will have siddhis of 1 or 2 forms here and there, but it will not be Kali. She will not do it for money. Oh, you cannot sell Kali. Nobody can sell Kali. That is the greatest understanding that you will have to take into. Anybody with a very selfish motive, they will not be able to guide you in the path of Maa Kali. Put a lot of effort into Vattuka Bhairava, progress, and get to a state of Krodha Bhairava. Krodha Bhairava is the one who will begin your journey upwards as you move and traverse to the highest states of enlightenment, and then you move backwards down because you're still physically present, and that state you will finally attain the state of Kala Bhairava. Side by side you should have the sadhana of the divine feminine. For Krodha Bhairava it is Ma Chinnamasta. For Vattuka Bhairava you can still have Ma Durga. Finish these states. So finally coming to the main subject, can a Grihastha get into the sadhana of Maa Kali? I have addressed this. Yes, you can, and you will have everything in life. Just that you will not really enjoy that more than you enjoy your oneness with Maa Kali. That state when you reach, there is nothing that you cannot do. She will be seen in everything you do in life. She will continuously put that marks there. It will be like it will come to a state where you cannot tell another person on how much she interacts with you. It is impossible to tell that. She is not about how much of pain your body goes through to do mantras. I see gurus who say that I have to sit down for 24/7, 365 days. Body has to get destroyed and crushed, only then I'll attain Maa Kali. They have not understood. They have not understood that she is the one who can break through the entire rules and just appear. She has always broken rules. She has always manipulated any Shakti or any energy ball that is there. Still, she has manipulated and brought it in and made it purposeful. That is her whole thing. That is Adi Shakti. Adi Shakti's entire existence itself is to manipulate and bring being, bring existence. That is what she does. She is Krishna Deha. She is the one who gave the body to Krishna. 1008 names. I am writing about it on Facebook, on my page. Read it. It will tell you everything. She is Krishna's mother. She is Rama, Radha. She is Mata Sita. She is Adi Shakti. Anything and everything. It is her. She is the cow which cost Bhagwan Parashurama to get into his purpose of life. And again she came in between and stopped him also and gave him a lesson in the Shakti path. So going to Maa Kali, it is difficult, not because she is scary. It is because we are unable to give up on our physical needs. It is because we think that this body that wants a car, this body that wants a promotion, this body that wants to see my son and daughter do well, we think that if we go to the smashana, we are dead. No. We go to the smashana, we are then living. Understand that. That's why her first name is Smashana Kali. Smashana is the first word in her 1008 names. Smashana Kalika. Please understand what it means. It means is that you are alive and yet dead. So any pleasure of the world, which is like practically nothing, at the highest state of pleasures on earth, it is all nothing. What is the pleasures on earth? A great car, a lot of properties, I don't know, pets, family, relatives, all this is nothing. At this state of understanding, she will start coming to you, and then you realize that all the pleasures on earth are not worth what the moment she just looks at you for a second, it can give you. Every day is extreme bliss. You feel so light and you feel so undefeatable. It is very difficult to describe how she interacts with her bhaktas, because I see people, she exposes people left and right to me. I see people who are ritualists and who think that only if you do A, B, C, D, X number of things, then she will come to you. I feel very sad, because in my career, or be it in my daily life, there is nothing that she has kept away from me. But I have sacrificed everything for her. I have told, be it my wife, my mother, everybody, that physically, yes, you all do exist in my life, but physically, mentally, everything, it is her. This is the key. Yes, you have a great mother in your life. I've already spoken about this. That empty garbhagriha is your key. If you have a great mother and you continuously envision a mother, this is my mother, this is my mother, then you also call Maa Kali your mother. Duality. I'm not asking you all to sacrifice your mother. Your mother is very important and to be respected. However, understand that you cannot have two things of the same origin. You cannot say that Maa Kali is your mother. Then it's only a mere salutation. Then is it not fake? That is what I told my mother. You are everything. You have given me my life. However, my mother is Maa Kali. And you will not believe my mother understood like this. It took her some time, but she did. She grasped it, and after that, my relationship with my birth mother became much better. Because that is a design. Some kind of a previous birth sadhana that you have done has put you in the path of Maa Kali. That garbhagriha called the mother will be very weak. You will have to place Maa Kali into it. So similarly, get into your sadhana, put as much time as possible for Vattuka Bhairava. Remove it. Remove that hurdle where you cannot say that there is no rush. There is no Vattuka Bhairava sadhana is the most ritualistic one. Go through an entire thing, how to hold your mala, how to do the japa, how many hours to set, proper sankalpa, and after that you slowly get into Krodha Bhairava, you will find the physical rituals collapse. Because now your interaction is with the Devaloka. It is Bhutas. And Krodha Bhairava, divine feminine form is Machinamasta, the Preta Loka. Again, it is something to do with the Devaloka. It's this astral, it is no longer having physical presence. Be it Krodha Bhairava or Machinamasta, physical presence starts to collapse. It will happen. You are no longer physically into sadhana, physical goals is something else, something bigger is there. You are chasing after that. It is only after crossing this path, you are truly untouchable. You're truly untouchable. That state, the need for you to prove it in front of others is also majorly gone. So, I myself have small goals left, and it is majorly to do with Maa Kali, because for example, I will talk about why I have this Vigraham, where is this Vigraham going finally, what is my plans with this Vigraham. Of course, my own physical body will not last long. It is not going to be here for thousands of years. Physical body. I want to place this Vigraham into a specific temple one day, for which I run that Facebook page. I ensure that this Vigraham is watched by at least 5 to 10,000 people per day. Look at the volume of visitors in various Shakti Peethas per day. How many people do you think are seeing the Vigraham of the Shakti Peetha per day? So the volume brings Shakti. If 10,000 people look at a piece of article and visualize Maa Kali there, and even if 10 of them are sincere upasakas, she will show her presence there. So that is why this Vigraham is like, I ensure that I post about the Vigraham every day in the Facebook page, which is one of the biggest now. We have just crossed, it's a year old, and we have crossed 2 lakh followers with her blessings, and 2 lakh followers, and out of that, even if 20,000 per day are reading a post which I put on Maa Kali with her photo there, so that 20,000 people are visualizing Maa Kali into this Vigraham, and ultimately the Vigraham will become too powerful for me to pass on to a home, and it will have to be kept in a proper garbhagriha. So she will show the path. So I have my own goals. So otherwise, materialistic levels, I don't have much. I have been insulted and broken in my career many times, but I never went and begged in front of a human being. I will not do that, because that is like saying that I am keeping that human equal to Maa Kali. No, absolute madness. I will just go and talk to her. I will go and put all my pain on her, and then, like the child, I will just forget it. Ma will take care. To understand the depth of this statement, you have to truly learn to give up on physical reactions to physical pain. Physical pain comes, don't react physically. Only then your sadhana will strengthen. If you are already in some other path, don't jump into the sadhana of Maa Kali immediately. Adya Kali Stava. Recite this no matter which deity you are after. This will slowly pull your jiva towards eligibility for the smashana devata. Smashana devata means to come to a state where you have finished your karmas and now you are eligible to live as if you were dead while having everything in life. You will have everything to do with the material world. However, it is like your body is burnt off already. It is just waiting to go and join them. There are some divine goals which you need to fulfill. I have a few. I will fulfill them. I am even against going and taking another human being's help for this goal. She will send them to me. And I assure you, but after last 1 year when I have started posting, the kind of people who have been reaching out to me are extremely at a physical presence, powerful people in Avamrityu Loka. So it is not going to be very hard for me to place her into a Garbhagriha, this Vigraham. It will happen one day. She will empower that. Otherwise, everything else, car, properties, children's education, wife being happy, mother being happy, all that happens by itself. As long as they do not specifically try to fight with the arrangement that is that Maa Kali is the number 1, number 10, number 100, the important thing in my life. They can become the 101st. They will be very happy. This is a point that you should remember. The grihasthas, where if the husband or the wife is a sadhaka of Maa Kali, and if the partner understands and realizes that you will never be equal to her, and if they also realize and understand that the sadhaka's main purpose is Maa Kali, and they align themselves to that, they will be very happy in life. They have that extreme peace, and even they will get abundantly blessed by her. But if they try to project and move that sadhaka's mind away from her, they will find that they are broken to an extent that they will face a wall finally, and they realize that there is only one way to go. Otherwise, she will uproot people so dramatically. I cannot even tell you how much. Anybody see, in this house where I have placed Maa Kali's Vigraham with the Prana Pratishta, with all the rituals that I do for her, people find it very difficult to even lie. People in this house, whoever comes into this house, they're not able to visit it just like that. Non-believers find it impossible to visit me. They fall sick. Even if I invite them, if they are a non-believer, they find it difficult to visit the house. These are all things that I have noticed. So as a grihastha, if you are trying to follow in the path of Maa Kali, understand all this. She will uproot, and you will not be able to have access to people who are non-believers, who are adharmis, whose intentions are not clean. She'll just rapidly throw it. You are surrounded by the bhutas and pretas 24/7, and everything, anything you do is encapsulated within that small protection bubble that you'll always have. And the aura will become so big that you have brought that black mass and kept it inside your Garbhagriha, inside you and inside your house and all that. So the grihastha is practically protected from anything and everything. Karma will hit you. Your Saturdays will be terrible because the allied planet of Maa Kali is Shanishwara. So he continuously burns karma at the phase where at the end, when your physical body is actually lying on that flame, there is nothing left for you to burn. You burnt everything. Moksha is a guarantee. The path of Maa Kali, it is with beyond rules. There is no rules. Let me tell you, if 1 lakh people talk about that, I've seen, even on YouTube, I've seen videos where people talk about Bhairava and all. I find a lot of energy in that, but the same people, when they talk about Shakti, I do not find it. Because I know, because Shakti she's very difficult to understand. You cannot have a little bit of you left. When Mahadeva itself had to become as if he were a dead body, and his Kundalini Shakti got switched off, and his snake went and lay down at his leg, because the body no longer has the Shakti, she has taken everything, then you also will have to be like that. Very difficult for anybody to talk about Maa Kali while they have a little bit of I left in them. But Bhairava is not like that. Bhairava lets you be. I is very much there. He doesn't completely break you up, but Maa Kali is not like that. Her level of Vairagya is beyond Kala Bhairava itself. We have to understand that. I believe it is very few people will be able to make sense of what I am trying to say, because the number of people who are Vairagis in the path of Maa Kali are very less. Grihasthas, can you pray to Maa Kali? Can you do the sadhana of Maa Kali as the Ishta Please realize that it is a very difficult path, but it is a path of complete and divine enlightenment. It is a state where your prana will be at such a state where you can feed the pretas, you can feed the bhutas, and you will empower that entire street corner, city, everything starts to get enlightened. She can make you a living, breathing Shakti Pida. That is Maa Kali. So if you say that, what about my child? What about my goals? You might not yet be ready for it. However, the goal should be that ultimately you will be reaching a state in this life or another wherein you will be able to say that Maa Kali is everything. Everything else she will take care. I do not care. I'm not even able to call my own mother my mother, the birth mother, my own mother, because she should not think I have duality here. That state you will reach one day, and let me tell you, you will be surprised that even people around you will start understanding. You will not need to convince anybody. They also are like, okay, if I do not accept this, something weird is happening. They will find that because of the prana that you're pushing into all the bhutas, pretas, things that you cannot see, that they are around you 24/7. Please understand that they're always around you when you sleep, when you walk, when you think. These sort of things are very difficult to put into words. Be right from buying a small car, you will find her design there. It is so difficult to explain. In fact, I recently bought a car and I'll have to write about that incident, how difficult it was for me. I booked 2 different cars and I had to cancel it because I already knew and visualized that it's impossible for me to describe all this. Maa Kali is so rare that even people who are full-fledged in her sadhana, if they have a little bit of duality, she'll walk out. Complete Kundalini Shakti of Mahadeva had to go latent and she absorbed it to stand there. Then if you have to succeed in the sadhana of Maa Kali, your complete Kundalini Shakti, your complete prana will have to go into her sadhana. That is that bowl. That is why she stands like that. At that state, you are at oneness with Maa Kali when you are able to do this. However, to go higher and higher, you will need Krodha Bhairava and Maa Chinnamasta. Krodha Bhairava controls the entire Bhuta Loka and Maa Chinnamasta controls the entire Preta Loka. That is astral levels of enlightenment. That is the highest state where you will physically be able to manipulate events. I don't know if anybody is talking about this level of. Let me tell you, in LKG you will find highest number of admissions. So volume will be higher, popularity will be higher, everybody will be there. But when you go into PhD, popularity is very less because not everybody wants it. So Krodha Bhairava and Maa Chinnamasta sadhana. Maa Chinnamasta is Kali. Okay. Sadhana, you will find the popularity is very less, understanding also very less, guide is also very less, people talking about it very less, people who know about this, you will not be able to see them also because it is Gupta. Krodha Bhairava is Guhyapati, the one who keeps the secret knowledge, and Maa Chinnamasta is the divine feminine. I have not found anybody who shows me the depth that they have attained in this specific sadhana. But to me personally, that is everything. Ensure that you find a good guru. Before that, put a great base of Vatuka Bhairava sadhana, put a great base of Maa Durga sadhana. You will find it slowly happening, but never give up on Maa Kali sadhana. Always do the upasana of Maa Kali. Look out for her special days on Amavasya. Sit down under that Amavasya sky, meditate on her. All this you do, but if you want to call her Ishta, you can continuously call her Ishta, but to truly make her your Ishta, that's a different ball game altogether. Only she will exist. And you will do very well in life. Till the body burns, you will be very good. And then you will join her. If there is another birth, that will also be a spectacular birth. Understand that. You will be able to manipulate your rebirth also because she will never leave you. And there will be some kind of a Shakti sadhana in your blood for many lifetimes. Only then finally you come to the state of Maa Kali. Until then you will be like, what if I go to Maa Kali, will I lose all this? That thought itself That thought itself is an ineligibility. You will not even need to think of your material. You will not even need to think whether am I eligible for Maa Kali sadhana. That thought itself means that you restrict yourself with a stava and simple upasanas. If somebody who says that I have nothing to lose and I want her, that kind of a thought process will give you better success with Maa Kali, because you cannot keep her equal or even 10 steps near any other goal in life, but she'll give you everything. That's how she is. So, more of a generic video. The Grihasthas, can you do Maa Kali sadhana? Yes. Sacrifices are immense. Specifically, you cannot keep any human being even close to the importance that you give to her. All this you will have to keep in mind. It is best to have a guru, and if you do not have a guru, you will have to be extremely accomplished in Bhairava sadhana. Then in the path of Kali you can proceed without a guru, because he will become your guru. Bhairava Kali ke namostute.